This one's good.
Don't do it.
I can't, it's so stuck in my head. I can't help it.
Oh.
I'm coming up. Is it up or out?
I'm coming out.
Is
I
it?
think.
Somebody said that should be a birthing song. It was
I'm
wine.
coming
It
out.
was wine and cry.
I want the
There's
world
something
to
wrong
know.
with me.
Where did you? It's gotta be on a commercial or something.
No, I'm telling you, it was wine and cry. I was listening to it on the way to our shoot this morning.
Oh, we gotta hear that out. I woke up this morning at 7 and worked out.
Ew.
No, I was so tired.
Now you don't have to do it though.
I know. I wish I was a morning workout person. I'm trying to be so bad because I did it for one day.
It looks like the light of God is shining down on you from behind.
We're figuring this out slowly.
What's happening over there?
The audio's not coming through right
It's
now.
not coming out.
It's not coming out. I want the world to know.
I'm so hot. Why is it so hot?
It's not even. I just brought a blanket over here.
Jesus Christ.
I had a window open. I'm
My
so thought about knock me out.
My makeup
He's
is.
like, do a window open. I'm like,
Soup's
"It's-
good.
There's a breeze. He's like, there's no breeze.
It's a billion degrees
80
outside.
degrees out. There was a breeze.
And
It
it's
wasn't a rain.
now that it rained, it's
Well, when it was raining,
humid.
there was a slight
Hot ass breeze.
breeze.
Uh-huh. Sure. Sure.
Oh, it's
Okay.
handwriting.
Mm.
We're good.
Yeah.
We're good?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, are we recording too?
We're recording.
Shit. Okay. Hi.
Hi.
Welcome to SIP.
Survive.
And repeat.
I don't know if we're gonna leave that beginning part in, but it was
You almost
amazing.
started singing it.
I can't. It'll
Don't.
stop. It'll stop once we get going, and I don't think about it anymore. It's like when my mind is not occupied, then songs get stuck in there, and I
That's
just sing
a
them.
really bad song.
It's a terrible song to have stuck in your head. So, no. Okay. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
It's hot outside.
Finally hot in Cleveland, Ohio.
When she says finally, she means it's terrible and it should
I
go
love
away.
it.
No, get out of here.
It's like my ideal temperature. It's a little hot. Actually, no, it's a little too hot, but
It's a little too hot. We're drinking.
we're drinking this beautiful bottle that I opened up this weekend that we're
Mhm.
finishing.
Good.
It's from Costco.
Yes. our
$14.99. I had a label on it because they label my wines.
favorite. Uh-huh.
So, because I want to keep track of which ones I like and how much they are.
Oh, okay. Then do you have like a spreadsheet?
No, I just have a tag, and then if I like it, I take a picture of it.
Okay.
This one I took a picture of. So
Is
this
that an
is
elephant?
called. No, it's an owl.
Oh my
It's called
god.
Uncaged. It's a Cab Sauvignon.
It looks like an elephant.
Let me see it. Now I see an owl. I don't see an elephant.
I could see far away how you would think quickly that's an elephant.
I have old eyes. It's fine.
It's a 2018 Cab,
And it's
14.5%.
ABV. How did you describe the flavor?
I forget. Let me take a sip. I'm coming out.
No, don't do it. It'll get stuck in my head again. It was almost out.
That's what Jenny was singing earlier.
So annoying.
It's like smooth and like deep.
That's what she said.
But do you know what I mean? Like the flavor's really deep.
Sure.
Cherry.
There we
A
go.
little bit of
Cherry.
cherry.
I used mouthwash immediately before coming
Oh.
here, so hang on, give me a sec.
There's some real gross noises in the first 2 minutes of this.
You can fast forward through this if you want. It's good.
I like it.
I do like it.
It's strong though.
It's
definitely
it is-
bold.
It's a bold wine on a
It's a bold
hot day. It's a
flavor.
little much for us.
Yeah,
but
well, I did offer you bitches white.
We
but
didn't want
you
white.
want it. It was box wine, so.
I would have taken it, but A, I love box wine, but B, white wine makes me goofy.
Me too. I can't control my.
And then I'm going to my parents' house and I don't want to be like, were you drinking on a
Yeah, that's the
birthday?"
last thing you want is that.
And I'm
really
like-
yeah,
Yes, I was.
absolutely.
Correct.
Can I have another glass of wine, please?
While we have dinner.
Yeah,
We
I
are
feel
having Italian though, so I feel
Oh,
like
you-
a nice red would go with that.
Yeah, we had swordfish on Saturday night. Todd bought swordfish.
Oh, okay.
That sounds fancy.
It sounds super fancy. Like I don't know how to cook hardly
We
anything.
grilled it because we have a smoker now. It's
Oh,
a smoker
right.
grill.
Yes, you do.
And we smoked it, grilled it, whatever, and it was overcooked. But I feel like it would have been really, there were some parts that were really good and there were some parts that we just cooked it too long.
I've never had swordfish in my life, so I wouldn't even know how.
It's
what,
a
like,
watery fish. Like it's like a halibut.
Yeah, I don't. Here's the thing: the only fish I ever remember is salmon, because it's pink.
And salmon on the grill is amazing.
You know what I love is salmon
don't love
on a
salmon.
wood plank.
Very good.
You get a wood plank, so you get some of that cider or
Yeah.
whatever the fuck, and then a nice bourbon glaze.
Well, I did white wine with the swordfish on Saturday, and I had like 2 glasses, and I was like, "Woo."
Oh, I thought you meant you made a sauce.
No, we just did like olive oil, salt, and pepper.
I feel like a white wine butter sauce would be delicious.
Well, we did like linguine with like a lemon, salt, pepper, spinach thing.
Do you know what I really want? Because it's summer, and you guys will both be into it. Oysters.
Oh, it's been a while.
It's been.
We gotta go get oysters.
Yeah, we should.
We should have a team outing to get oysters.
Yeah. I'm trying to think who is. There's a couple places that have really good oysters, but
well, there was a place. We should go somewhere close to Kenny, but I'm not going to reveal where he lives.
yeah.
But there's some places like in Lakewood, that one place.
Oh, and there's a place close to
Forage.
him. I think that's good.
Oh,
Forage has great
Yeah, that place
oysters.
was good.
We should meet there for
And
lunch
they're
one
very
day.
underrated. Like their brunch menu looks phenomenal.
That was
Never been.
also on my 40th birthday shortlist.
I think there's like a little surprising hotspot.
They are. We thought about it. I really
I like
wanted
where you
wine
picked.
bar.
Yeah, I like wine bar.
And I would like to also
It's
say
not about me, but I like wine bar.
I think it's going to be fancy because it's like a wine bar, but I think the food we're doing is tacos. So it's like my 2 favorite things.
Yeah, and well, 3.
Well, I don't.
Wine.
Is there something I'm not supposed to know everything about it?
Oh, okay.
All I know is
I'll shut up.
there's probably tacos is what
I
I
don't
voted
know.
for, and then obviously there's wine because Shelly asked if we should get a couple bottles, and then
Well, and you're at a wine bar.
so I was like, yeah,
Makes
Yeah.
sense.
okay. Okay. One quick story, and then we can start. Unless you have other things you want to talk about. Denel already knows this, so I'll tell it to Kenny. I took Sedona and Declan out for breakfast picnic on Saturday morning, and we sit on this bench. It's a picnic table,
Okay.
and I had Sedona hooked to my ankle,
Smart.
and I had my foot under me, like so,
With the foot under you with
with the
Sedona on
leash.
it? Okay.
Because I thought my leg could really hold her down.
Yeah, yeah.
And then my son was eating a donut, and then Sedona was really begging for it. And so he threw a chunk of donut probably 20 feet from us, which is too far to reach when your foot is attached to the dog and it's tucked
And the
under
dog's
you.
strong and fast.
So she ran after it. My leg flew out from under me. It ripped across that bench. There was like, it looks like something bit me a little bit, and it's also very swollen. And
Oh, I can imagine it's.
and I
Imagine how bad that
cried,
hurt.
and I cried, and then Declan got really upset because he was like, "Why is my mom crying?" And I was like, "Hey, as I'm crying, it's gonna be fine." And I just, oh, hi, Mom. I'm like, "It really hurts, so I just need a minute to like get it together." And he just stood there like,
He didn't know what to do or think.
"No."
And did Sedona run away? I mean,
Yeah,
she
I
can't
grabbed that leash and pulled it off my ankle so fast. I was like, "Run away, fool!"
Get
I
out
was
of
so
here.
mad at her. It was not her fault either, but.
I do have a really important question though. Where did you get donuts from?
So we go to Starbucks,
Oh, okay.
and they have like the sour
Cream.
cream donuts. And so being the good mom I am, I got him a sour cream donut for breakfast and
That's a good mom. It's the weekend.
a unicorn cake pop.
I love their cake pops.
He had never had one.
And your ankle's okay, you think?
I think it's just bruised. I think
Okay.
it's swollen and
It's
bruised.
very
But
swollen. You
we'll
should
see.
ice it tonight.
yeah, we'll see.
Elevate ice.
And then they have this ham and cheese croissant that I love.
Mhm.
And then I get a cafe misto, which is half steamed milk, half coffee. Also known as a cafe au lait if
I
you're
really
in
want to get a
France.
cappuccino machine.
I would like to get a fancier machine, but I can only have a couple cups a day, and then
Yeah.
I have to stop.
I know.
So I'm like, what's
But
the
it'd be
point?
nice for like the weekend.
Yeah, I guess I'll just pay Starbucks until I can
We just
like,
got
get
a
one in my life.
air fryer.
Oh my god, I love my air
Okay.
fryer.
So good.
Air
You
fryers are the best.
You can make salmon in there.
You can.
Yeah, my parents do it all the time.
My favorite thing is wings and air fryers.
We haven't tried that yet. I've done chicken sausage, like breakfast sausage.
I made meatballs.
It's
in
really
there.
good.
If
Oh,
you make
that'd be
meatballs,
good.
the outside gets just a little like crispy
Mm.
and the inside is just like
Meatballs
hot and
sound good. I'm
warm.
hungry. A salad didn't cut it.
Yeah.
Never does.
I mean, I'm not hungry, but that's because I had a steak sandwich. The same time that Denel was having a salad, I was chowing down on.
But then I also took
beef.
half the lettuce out of it. And the lady's like, oh, do you want a box of that? No, I just only eat half the lettuce.
You're like, no, I don't like lettuce in
It's
my
just the
salad.
toppings. God.
She doesn't like lettuce in her salad.
Is this gonna bug? Is his hair bugging you?
No,
Cutting him?
it's my rash,
Okay.
my stress rash between my fingers, which we thought was poison ivy, but I think it might be stress related.
Life is great.
I love
Jenny
life.
has a stress rash.
Let's talk about survival stories.
Okay.
Great.
Do you want me to go first?
I know you want to go
Okay.
first.
I mean, should
No.
we switch it up?
No.
Okay. I started this story. We were supposed to record last week. Not that you people know this, but I started this, and then last night I almost switched to something else,
Don't do that. Mm-mm.
which I am going to do that other story, but not today. So this is a story of Jaila Gladden. I hope I'm not messing up her name, but
Jalea.
Jalea.
Okay.
Jalea. I think
Sure.
Jalea sounds cool.
Okay.
Jalea.
Whatever you think, Denel. Whatever you think,
also-
Denel.
or Denzel
Yeah.
to you.
Or Danielle.
Whatever. I respond to all of it. I read multiple articles. One article said this happened last year. One article said this happened in 2019. And then most articles said this happened in 2017. So I'm going to go with that. It's so funny how, even if it's a news outlet, like little things get so mixed up when you're reading like
Yeah.
details of survival story or any type of story. Anyway, so we're going back to September 2017 and Jalea,
A great year.
a great year. Again, some articles said she was 21, some said 19. I'm going to go with 19. She is a college student in Georgia, I think at West Georgia University.
Sure. I just made that.
It's in a small town, Carrollton, Georgia, which is about
We have
an
a Carrollton,
hour-
Ohio.
We do. It's right close to where I grew up.
Yes.
It's about 50 minutes to an hour outside of Atlanta.
Hot Atlanta.
Atlanta. So she is a normal college student. She has a boyfriend. They've been together for multiple years. He seems like a great guy. She's a great girl. And they don't live together, but they live close to each other. And she's got a couple roommates,
Mhm.
living her best life. And one night in September, it's like 10 o'clock at night. So it's later at night. She's not feeling good. So she goes to the Kroger down the
The
street.
K. Roger, as
The
I like to call it.
The
Have
K.
you never
Roger.
heard that?
I've also never been to a Kroger.
Oh, when we were in
K.
college,
Roger.
that was the grocery store.
K. Roger.
And so we called it K. Roger.
She went to the K. Roger.
Yeah. It's fancier that way.
And she went and got, some cough medicine, some tea, and she had like 2 bags of groceries. And she's walking out of the Kroger, and there's a red box, like the movie rental
Oh, I'm
thing.
familiar.
Also never read anything from there, but
What kind of world are you living in?
what if like Family Video or Blockbuster? It doesn't exist anymore, but that's what I would do.
Okay. Okay.
So there's a man like waiting, like hanging around the red box, and
Which
he
is
asks
always
her
suspicious,
for,
I'm gonna be honest
right.
with you.
He's like, ma'am, do you have a lighter? I'm not making up that accent. Sorry,
I
Georgia.
love it.
And she was like, no, I don't have a lighter. Go away.
She's
And-
like, I'm buying cough medicine. Of course, I'm not smoking right
and
now.
I don't smoke. So she's walking to her car, which she parked like close to the front entrance of the building, and there's like lighting and stuff like that. She doesn't even like feel someone following her or someone like behind her. So she's just walking to her car, and then all of a sudden she feels a sharp object in her abdomen,
Uh-oh.
and it's the red box guy.
Did he have a video against
He
her?
had, he had a DVD
Pressed against her side.
pressed against her side, but it's the sharp part of the DVD.
It was the corner.
He actually sharpened the corner, and that's what he's doing on her side.
It was a handmade shank made out of a red box
And
DVD box.
I'm trying to think of a really funny movie that we could put in his hand, but I can't think that fast. So it was a knife.
Oh,
It was,
okay.
it was a long butcher kitchen knife.
Oh no.
And he's basically like, I'm kidnapping you, get in your car. And she's like, she was so stunned and like caught off guard that, she was at the driver's side getting ready to open her door. So she opens the door and she gets in her car,
No.
and she climbs over to the passenger seat.
Oh no.
So he gets in. And
What?
He's got the
Can we
knife.
just pause? What would you do if someone did that to you? I just want to know your tactic.
Well, now I have a tactic after reading the story,
oh,
which is
shit.
why I wanted to do it.
Okay.
So I did read a lot of like reviews on what to do if someone does this to you.
Can I tell you what I would do before you tell me what you're supposed to
Yeah,
do?
because I've read like what you should do.
I feel like I would flip the fuck out.
Yeah.
I would flip out. I would be like, this man is trying
And
to
there
get
are
me.
people around. There's not a lot of people around, but there are people around.
Was that really loud?
No.
Okay,
He's like,
good.
there goes the rest of
I
my
backed up a little bit and I tried to stifle it a little because I can actually make it much louder than that. As
Yeah,
you know.
you can.
And I feel like there would be a lot of flailing. I feel like I would like try and smack him, which is I don't know how to punch, so it'd just be like a lot of this.
Eyes, nose, throat, groin.
Nuts.
Groin.
Yeah.
I don't think you want to do this, but
I
you
feel like groin would be the best one to go to first. Like a knee or a kick.
yeah.
Well, you got to blind him first, so they don't see it coming.
Yeah.
You'd be pretty down for the count if you got him.
Yeah.
A knee real quick.
But if you miss, he's going to be mad.
Well, they say let him stab you.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Because he's
I'm
not going to
ready.
stab you in broad daylight or not. Well, what was the nighttime?
In a very lit
in a
area.
very lit area. He's
many
probably
times.
going to run off. So if this happens to you, even if they have a gun, take your chances and fucking run, because if you
A
once
moving
you get in the
target's hard to
car-
hit.
Moving targets, and a lot of criminals don't know how to shoot.
Correct. They have a
They
gun.
do like this stuff.
Yeah, because they want to be gangsta.
Yeah, that's not how you shoot a gun.
Denel's doing it. If you don't watch this on YouTube, she's doing it with her
Like the
hands
side,
tilted to
the
the
cool,
side.
like the cool side.
Boom.
So but I also have this at the end of my story, but I'll talk about it now. There is also this taser that's out nowadays, and it's called the Taser Pulse. It's $4.99. It's the size of your iPhone.
Okay.
And when you tase someone with it, it sends your GPS, it notifies the local police, and it sends your GPS locations to the police. And it's supposed to tase your victim for 30 seconds. And I kind of want to get one.
Okay. All right. And when you say $4.99, do you mean $4.99 or $499?
I mean $499.
Okay.
But it could save your life.
Okay. I'm just checking,
Like
because you said
$50.
$4.99. I was like, that's a deal.
Yeah, I thought that was dirt cheap.
No, $499.
I was like, what kind of voodoo technology do they have?
And I feel like if she would have had this baby handy, she could have, maybe not. I mean,
Again, I think flailing could have worked too.
flailing could also save your life. Do something. And she was also stunned. So I'm not saying that I would even.
And if you're
react
sick too,
proper.
you're probably kind of out of it anyway.
And it's a safe, like, college town. You don't think
And she's a
this
camera
particular
share.
area was a little high crimey, which
I don't like that.
yeah. So
Okay.
she's in the passenger seat, and basically he's just like, I don't know what he's doing. He's driving her somewhere, and they're driving for about 50 minutes. So they're going far from where they are. And he pulls into this like desolate church parking lot, and he's like, get out of the car and take your clothes off.
No, not in a church parking lot.
And she's pleading with him, and she's crying. And he said, there's no use in crying. It's not going to help your situation. I'm going to rape you. Like, regardless, this is going to happen. So she's like, she basically like was like, okay, this is my situation. I'm just going to go through the motions. And so he rapes her, and she puts her clothes back on, and they get back in the car, and he says to her, I want to go to Michigan, and I'm taking you with me.
Pure
I'm gonna keep
Michigan?
you. Pure Michigan. Probably not the lakes. Probably not like Ann Arbor.
Okay.
I'm going to guess they're going to like
Detroit.
somewhere else. I don't know. Maybe Detroit, and then maybe to Windsor.
Oh,
I don't know.
okay. I don't know
Then
much
you're out of
about
the country.
Michigan other than I see their ads and it looks beautiful.
It does look beautiful.
Congratulations.
Your lake is gorgeous. We're jealous. Sorry.
We have one too though, so
It's called Lake Erie. So he explains to her that he wants to keep her and
it's like a pet.
as something.
Uh-huh.
But he needs to make a couple stops on the way to Michigan. One in particular is a gas station so he can rob.
Oh,
He also explains to her that he just got out of jail, and he had been in jail for about 15 years.
perfect.
So this sweet baby angel is so smart, and she's like, okay, he took my phone from me whenever he kidnapped her. And she's like, I bet you he's not great with technology if he's been in jail for 15 years, and he's probably not very smart.
Right.
'cause
He's
doing
like, the
this."
last technology I had was a beeper.
Right.
Beat me
So-
911.
So she changed her tactic, and she's like, okay, I'm gonna try to befriend him or let him like. She's like, let me help you since I'm along for the ride. Let me.
I've
help
always
you.
wanted to rob a gas station, so
Let me be your Bonnie.
you be my Clyde.
She's like, why don't you give me my cell phone back, and I can Google where the closest gas station is so you can rob it.
Yes.
And he's like, okay. So he gives her phone back.
Uh-huh.
She turns the brightness down so he can't see like everything she's doing on it. And she also, like I mentioned her boyfriend before, which his name is Tamir Bryant.
Mhm.
And mind you, this is at like 2 a.m. at this point.
Okay.
So he's like out cold, he's sleeping.
Of course.
And she said she talked in one interview how like he's a super heavy sleeper, and she was nervous that he wasn't even gonna like hear her. So she sends him her location. And do you know how to do that on your iPhone? Because I didn't.
No.
So
Pretty easy.
it's pretty easy, but I didn't know how to do it, and I feel like I'm somewhat tech savvy. So you open your text message, and she's gonna text her boyfriend. And there's that little eye at the top. I don't know how it works on an Android, but on your iPhone, there's a little eye at the top, and you click it,
Mm-hmm.
and then you click share location is right there.
Right there.
Oh my
And when you click that, you can do, there's like 3 options. You can do like indefinitely for like a day or 30 minutes. And I think she did like indefinitely so he could continue to track her. So guys.
I just sent my current location to you guys.
Did you share it indefinitely or just?
I want to know where you are at all times moving forward.
I don't know it. I said send my current location.
Okay.
I don't
Me
know
and
what that
Kim
means.
just have it on for each other just in case, like, one of us.
I think I always have mine
Yeah.
on too, but I got it. Let's
Yep.
see.
I have Kim's and then my friend Nate's location on. I don't know why I have his. I think in college we did it one night drunkenly and we just never turned it on.
Yeah.
So
So now you just know where he is.
yeah, I always know where he is and Kim is pretty much.
Nice.
I should make Todd. I should do that with Todd. Okay.
Okay.
Even though I'm usually here. So
We don't do a lot.
so she manages to somehow sneakily do this. We'll go. And I got to read you their text exchange back and forth. I took a picture of it. So he somehow wakes up and it shows up as her location, and he sees that it's in Atlanta, Georgia. And he was like, why are you there?
Oh God, I forgot they were all the way down in Georgia and they want to go to Michigan.
Yeah, that's like
You guys, that is a long trip.
Yeah.
Get
So he
snapped.
thinks she's looking up a gas station at this point.
Okay.
And so she ends up sending her location with no response. And he puts, why are you there? And she writes kidnapped.
Uh-oh.
And he's like, stop playing. I'm headed to the police station. And she put in God, which she meant go or something. Like she meant something else, but that was a typo. And
Maybe she meant like swear to God.
swear to God. Yeah. She said in one interview, but I missed. Whatever. So she wakes him up and now he knows that she's in a bad situation.
Mm-hmm.
So she stops what she's doing because now he's getting a little suspicious, her captor. And so she finds a gas station and he puts her in the trunk.
No!
And he drives to the gas station and he goes to rob it. And then he realizes that this guy is obviously not very smart. There is like bulletproof glass and he has a knife. So he leaves. He doesn't rob anything.
It's good.
So he pulls her out of the
Did the people behind the cash register laugh at him?
I don't think he did anything. I think he walked in there, like scoped it out and was like, crap, this guy's got a bullet. Like the cashier has a bullet. Like nothing's going to happen. So he goes back in the car, pulls her out of the trunk. And he's like, okay, let's try grocery store. I want to try grocery store. I need to rob that before we go to Michigan. So she gets back on her phone and she's able then to send her boyfriend a few more text messages and says, knife, scared. So she's trying to give him the situation. And then her boyfriend writes back and says, type of car. And she said, mine. I'm scared. Don't call 911. And
Oh no, call 911.
well, he had threatened her that if the cops come or there's blue lights that he would kill her. So she's scared. Like this guy's already in the meantime as well told her that maybe I shouldn't take you to Michigan with me. This is kind of an important detail. Maybe I shouldn't take you to Michigan with me because you're just kind of like, it'll be easier just to kill you and get rid of your body. You're kind of like dead weight. Like you're making this process harder. And she's like, but I'm finding you places to rob. Douchebag.
Like I'm helpful.
Like I'm helpful. I'm your friend. I got your back. So they're going back and forth and then obviously her phone gets taken away, but it gets to the point where her boyfriend is with the police and they're able to track where they are since she's got her phone. They arrive at the gas station. He puts her in the trunk again and he goes and realizes there's a security guard there. So he goes back to the car. And when he goes back to the car, the police find them, locate the car, and they circle the area.
Mm-hmm.
And he sees the police and he takes off on foot.
Uh-oh.
And she's obviously escapes and starts running towards the police and she's rescued and she's safe.
Yay!
He's missing for 10 hours after this point.
Oh God, no.
And in his in his escape, he's caused like 4 car accidents. So he runs across like a highway. There's like, I've also heard like 2 different little portions of the story, but I'm going to go with this portion. It's pretty close. Like I said, every article had like a different little detail. It's weird. So he ends up being arrested 10 hours later, and he has a whole list of charges that he has already previously, you know, stuff that he has done in his past. He's been in and out of his jails his whole life. I'm trying to, let me see. His name is Timothy Wilson, and he was just released 3 months prior from a like detention home or like some type of home.
Right.
And
like
so
a
he's
halfway
out on,
house.
yeah, so he was like out on probation. And
I'm gonna guess he wasn't allowed to kidnap, rape, or rob things during probation.
No, that
Okay.
was off limits.
Okay.
Mm-mm. But he ended up getting, so he goes to court, he ends up getting 13 felony charges.
Yes.
And in Georgia, which I think at the time that I read the article,
Georgia.
if you rape someone, you get life in prison or the death penalty.
Fuck yes.
Which, hell yeah, just
on that midnight train to Georgia.
I know that song.
Oh, it's an oldie but a goodie.
Another oldie but goodie.
I'm like really
That
into
one
the
actually
oldies
is
today.
a goodie though.
Yeah.
So he gets 25 to life.
Good.
And she's also, I don't know what happened with the civil suit, but she did file a civil suit against Kroger because the lighting in the parking lot wasn't great. They did it with a security camera, but there also wasn't, it's known to be kind of a not so great area, and there wasn't like a security guard or anything. So I don't know if the civil suit was dropped, but back in 2019, when I watched the interview on Megyn Kelly on the Today Show, they were still in the process of filing the civil suit and stuff like that.
Okay.
But since then, her and Tamir got married.
Yes, they did.
And they have a little baby girl.
Oh my gosh.
And they live in Georgia, and they lived happily ever after. And she's doing great.
Good.
So,
oh my God, that's so cute.
But she makes it her mission, like part of her mission. I don't know what she does for a living, but I read the backstory in the YouTube comments, but she tries to speak out a lot about, you know, protecting yourself and self-awareness and like what's going on around you. And yeah, so that is the survival story of Jaila Gladden.
Sure.
But
love
she's
it.
So sweet.
Love it.
So
keep your wits about you and flail as much as
flail,
possible.
Scream, don't get in the car. I mean,
Get
we've
a-
done a couple stories.
Get
where
a whistle. Get a whistle.
Get a whistle or the Taser GPS if you got $500.
If you have $500 laying around, get one of those. Or as me and Kenny thought, $5.
It's not $5.
I was like, damn, that is a deal.
I feel like
That's
being
good.
in sales, maybe I should have one.
Probably yes. Also, I've heard about there's like a it's not a whistle, makes a big loud sonic noise. You like pull the end out. I think it's called birdie, and you pull the end out and it makes this like really intense, loud ass noise. I don't know if it does any of the GPS stuff. I'll have to look it up.
But you could run.
Well,
I mean,
yeah.
as long as you can get a head start. Maybe.
Basically making a lot of noise and like causing a scene
Yes.
is gonna, it sounds dumb, like it's not gonna scare somebody with a knife, but they don't want to be detected.
Yep.
They're trying to be sneaky, and you've made them not sneaky.
And kick them in the groin.
Yeah. As
Or-
Kenny said, it's
or the
probably gonna take them
eyes.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't kick them in the eyes, poke them.
Poke them, yeah. Your foot won't reach.
Or get
that
your
high.
thumbs in there and really dig them in.
Just like, or like back in the day when we had keys, you could have like.
Yeah.
And
Although
now
they
we have
said
key
that
fobs.
that thing with where you put the keys between your fingers, they said that's really not effective. Side note.
Oh,
I don't
really?
mean kids today don't do that.
Well, we have key fobs now.
I just heard that we're something called chuggy.
What's that?
Chugs.
Ooh, the fact that you just found out that word really proves you're trippy. So.
What does that mean? I don't even know what that means. What does that mean? I am
Kenny, would you like to
extra
explain that?
chuggy.
It's the new way of saying basic, basically,
I'm not basic.
You know what?
or like behind on the times.
I mean, maybe.
You know
that.
what? I like being behind on the times.
You know what? I like my fucking side part, and I wear my skinny jeans, and I don't care. You don't like
It's
it?
also very chuggy to not care what other people think.
Good.
Good. That's exactly
No,
what
That's
I want.
exactly what I want to be.
It's kind of dumb. I think it's a very dumb joke.
That's stupid.
Basically, the girl who described it was like,
I bet
well,
she's-
chuggy turn or changes all the time. Depends on what you think. So it means nothing.
Here's the fun thing is when all those youngins get older, they're going to realize it's really fun to not care what anyone thinks.
I know it's really the best part of entering into your 40s.
You're just like, fuck off, everyone.
I really do think I care less and less every day.
Yes. It's
Like-
magic.
You don't like it? I don't care.
Yeah.
I can't wait till I'm 50. I mean, I can, but I'm really gonna just. Oh
I earned a shopper reward at World Market.
my god! I thought you were gonna tell us we had like a review or something.
Oh my god, no. Sorry, I have to
It
look.
was such a chuggy comment.
You
Oh my
know,
God.
what is that? I have to look. Oh, here we go. Okay. So this is one that Kenny gave me, but I've actually heard before. I am already sweating.
It's not even hot in here. You guys are crazy.
It's hot as fuck. Okay, this is the survival story of Jennifer Pan. Or is it?
Ooh. I feel like I've
Done this?
no.
I was like, shh.
No, I feel like I've heard of this one.
You probably have. Okay.
Tell me more, but I don't know. So tell me.
Okay. Let's see. So this is the story of Jennifer Pan and her family. Her father is
Greg Pan?
Hui
Oh.
Han Pan, if you're from Ohio. Her mother is Bic Han Pan.
It's Pon.
But I'm from Ohio.
Can you say Pan?
Pans. The Pans. We're from Ohio. We talk with an eh. Okay. They're from Vietnam.
Okay.
And the parents,
Definitely not Pan, yeah.
Han and Bic, those are their names. They left in 1979,
Okay.
the year of our Lord. Just kidding. That is the year my brother was born, though.
My sister too.
Oh my God. Okay. So Han, the father, they went to Canada. They did not go to America. They went to the Canadian side. Han he was a tool and die maker.
Okay.
And his wife worked in the same factory, and she was making auto parts. So very factory related gigs, but they wanted their kids to be better. And so they were really focused on education and opportunities for the kids, so that they could have a better life than they did working in factories.
Okay.
So she did have a brother who was, I believe, older. His name is Felix Pan. I just like that his name's Felix. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I kind of into that name, Felix.
I mean, it reminds me of the cat, like the oldie.
Yeah.
I'm so old fashioned today. What is wrong with me? He studied mechanical engineering.
Oh,
So he was fancy as fuck. All right. But Jennifer, who this story is about, kind of, is by the age of 4, she was in figure skating and she trained almost daily.
Oh, that's not healthy, right?
And her parents also had her in piano lessons, which was also multiple days a week.
Jeez.
Jennifer was not allowed to have a social life because that would infringe upon her schoolwork and her piano taking and her dreams,
Right.
quote
Whose
unquote,
dreams are those really?
to become an Olympic figure skater.
Okay.
Jesus, can you imagine if your parents, when you were a little kid, were like, you know what you're going to be? An Olympic athlete. I'd be like,
I don't want to do that.
no,
I'm like, I don't want to practice.
that
today.
sounds silly. What do you, no.